last night for the very first time. He's so damn funny. You saw him on Last Comic Standing. Here he is, Chuck Byrn, everybody!
Oh, lovely to be with you this evening. So nice. Welcome to my bubble. My sincere hope is that you spent the last 2 weeks of your life diligently washing your hands. And after our time together, you can go back to touching whatever the hell you want. I'm a little more concerned about the pandemic than I initially was, because to be honest with you, January of 2020, I was making bat soup jokes in this spot exactly. I was killing with them, and then people started fucking dying. Right? And they told me this is a big deal because old people are dying. That did not come as a terrible shock to me. That's what old people do. Nobody ever calls you up to tell you, hey, guess what? My grandma just summited Everest. That's not what happened to Grandma. Oh, she fell down. 3 weeks later, died in the hospital. That's what happened to Grandma. It's terrible. Hey, I hope that's how I go. I hope I live long enough that the distance from standing to the floor will fucking kill me. You used every bit of toothpaste in that tube if that happens. That's the dream, isn't it? 90 years old, walking out of a whorehouse, hit by a bus. Perfect exit. And then the pandemic continued, and they started saying, you know, fat people are dying. I turned the volume up a little on the TV. There. You know, what's upsetting to me is you don't know that joke still works despite the fact that I've lost a considerable amount of weight during the pandemic. It's the problem with losing weight. Nobody knows where you're at. Because you're looking at me, and I'm doing a fat joke, and you're like, believable. Like, you should have seen me last Christmas. You're like, terminal. So I got scared straight. I had to, because I'm the type of person that that needs to pay attention to what they eat, right? I'm just built that way. I got to pay attention. If I don't pay attention, I'm going to gain about 10, 15 pounds a year, which is, you know, it is great if you're in the cattle industry. But I'm not in the cattle industry, right? And so usually what happens is I just don't pay attention because I love cheeseburgers more than I hate being fat. Right? And then tickety, tick, 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 tick. And then at some point, I'm like, all right, I got to lose 100 pounds. This is the second time I've had to do it. I lost 100 pounds like 15 years ago. And now I'm like, all right, here we go again. The main reason why I lose weight is that I want women to be more excited about putting my penis in their mouth. I wish it was a more noble purpose. I really do. I wish it was a more noble purpose. I wish I fell in love and I just wanted to live longer. Well, my grandmother took me aside on her deathbed when she was 89 years old and told me, your health is the only thing that you'll ever really own. Treat it as such. But she didn't. Penis and mouse. Now I say women. But I'll be honest with you. I'll probably let anybody suck my dick. It's not about gender. It's about enthusiasm. Oh, comedy's a new game now. It's not about you, the audience, anymore. We've all been locked up. The comics have been locked up. We don't care about your needs anymore. You're not having sex with someone you met at the club. Ooh, you're having sex with someone who just got out of prison. Not about you. I got some shit I got to take care of. When I'm done, we'll smoke a joint, talk about what you want to do. That's what I've been doing. I've been smoking a lot of pot. I don't want to, but it's the law now. incredible amount of marijuana. And then you know, I'm on the internet a lot, and they all these government conspiracies, right? I think the government's doing an excellent job. I really do. You decriminalize marijuana, right? You give us like a year to set up all the infrastructure to ensure that we can ensure it gets delivered to everybody's house on time. And then you lock me in my house for a year and a half. There's a good chance I found a lamp and made a wish. It's the greatest thing. And they paid me to do it. Yeah. $2,000 a month, right? Which if I live in Saskatoon, yeah. Daddy's getting a hot tub. Those cool prairie nights. I live in Toronto, so $2,000 a month covered most of my parking. And you want a good safe spot, right? Now that me and the kids are living in the car. You want a nice secure area. I am a dad, in case you didn't recognize the uniform. The school's closing was rough, man. It was rough. Because that was not the fucking deal. The first 5 years of the child's life, that's on me. 5-year sentence, right? I'm the genius that didn't want to wear a condom because I didn't like the feel. 5 years to think about that fucking decision. And then, government's going to take them off my hands 8 hours a day. Swish. All I got to do is structure my life, right? Get a job far away from home, never see them in the morning again. And then you get home, it's dinner time, right? Time to eat. Nobody talks during dinner. A little bit of screen time, into the tub, hose them down, boom. I barely need to know these children. And then they close the schools and send them home. I'm spending 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with these children. And I got to be honest with you, I'm spending a lot of time thinking about murdering my children. And don't get me wrong, it's perfectly natural to think about murdering your children. All parents think about murdering their children. In fact, if you don't think about murdering your children, you're not spending enough time with your kids. Good night, everybody.